first black or first born
African
and
man.
raised African
Yeah.
to have such a business in the heart of Munich.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really powerful, and African society is really proud of you. Well, when I first heard that you are the first African to have a pharmacy here in Munich, I was like, wow, this is really powerful. And yes, welcome to Ubuntu Unfiltered. So today I have a special guest for you. And guess what? He's the first African to start an apotheke, how do you call it? A pharmacy
Yeah.
here in Munich, in Germany. And Doctor, kindly welcome to this podcast, and would love to ask you to introduce yourself to our viewers. Well, I'm not good with the names. I fear to make any
No
mistakes.
problem. No
Yeah,
problem.
kindly introduce yourself to our viewers.
Yes, I will
Yes.
help you. I am Bill Mbunya.
Mbunya.
I was born and raised in Cameroon.
Yeah.
So I migrated to Germany several years ago.
Yeah.
I studied in Germany,
Yeah.
pharmacist. I went to the university in Munich. So after completing my studies, I had the opportunity to work in pharmaceutical industries. I managed several projects for the industry. And during my period in the industry, I had already this idea of independency.
Yeah.
So I eventually had to build up some network
Yeah.
with people who already also have pharmacies.
Yeah.
So that helped me to also think about myself, what I really want to achieve in the next years.
Wow.
And that is how I happen to have a pharmacy in the heart of Munich.
Wow, that is
being
powerful.
the first black or first
African
born and
man.
raised African
Yeah.
to have such a business in the heart of Munich.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really powerful, and African society is really proud of you. Well, when I first heard that you are the first African to have a pharmacy here in Munich, I was like, wow, this is really powerful. And if we have a minute with this gentleman, I would love to first ask him, where did you get this crazy idea that as an African man, I can come in this country and start up a pharmacy to sell up, pharmaceutical products to these guys? Because why would I say it's a crazy idea? Because most of these pharmacies are owned by the natives here,
Yes.
are owned by the Germans,
Yes.
and you're an African.
Yes.
So where did you get this idea and be like, I have to create this?
Well, as let me say a health entrepreneur,
Yeah.
you always have to set your own goals.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter in which country you find yourself in. And the first point, no matter where you go, is integration.
Integration.
You need to understand the people. You need to understand the society. You need to understand the laws, the rules and regulations of that country.
Yeah.
How are you going to set up your business? You need to understand these things. So not just your educational career matters, but your own personal career. Like you have to build yourself in that direction where you're heading to. So why building yourself educational wise? Because you need to be an expert in the field which you intend to serve the people. You intend to own your own business. You also have to be working on yourself, achieving other goals like, okay, if I want to be a businessman on my own, what skills do I need? Can I lead people? Can I manage my own personality?
Yeah.
Because in your personality, you have a lot of aspects you need to deal with. You need to be disciplined.
Yeah.
You need to be consistent with several decisions you make. So when you answer all of these questions along the line while you're also studying and you answer all of these questions, then you meet the requirements. You have to meet up to the requirements of the public. What demands the government from you in order to own a pharmacy? So you meet these requirements too,
Yeah.
then there is nothing more on your path. You can get it. You can get it.
Wow.
Yes.
So through all this journey of integration, meeting the requirements, I'll love to ask you this question because it's mostly inevitable for every African here.
Yeah.
Were you any point put down by racism?
Well, it's something which is very common. You know, racism happens every day and night. It always depends on the individual. What impact does that have on you? Are you like a duck which swims and water doesn't enter its body? Or you are like a bear who jumps in the water and comes out very wet?
Correct.
So that's the criteria, you know. And if you want to be like a duck, it means you have a strong inner decision, that you make a strong decision innerly.
Innerly.
Yes, inside you.
You have to have a thick skin.
A thick skin inside you. So when you have that thick skin, it means the words which are poured on you do not influence you in one way or the other. It's left for you to decide how or what to do about those words. You know, racism. I have encountered racism in this country, but the impact for me was not that much that it should hold me back. You know, so you should be ready to also meet these challenges, and you should be ready to know how to find the best means on how to deviate along this. Because most people find this also very challenging. We are all humans. We are all different. You know,
sure.
I can say something negative to you. It has a different impact as to somebody else. So those are the differences. Racism in this country, well, nowadays, as I learned from people who have been longer than me here, it has really reduced. I faced racism. Like, just give you a short example. I called for an apartment. We discussed and everything was arranged. So yeah, you can get the apartment, this and this. And then a sudden question came up. Oh, your name. It sounds like a strange name. So where does your name come from? Oh, okay. I say, okay, the name is from Cameroon. I was born, yes, African, born and raised in Africa. So say, but you speak good German. I say, yeah, I speak good German, no problem. Say, okay, it means you're dark skinned. I say, yeah, I'm dark skinned. So, oh, okay. This environment you're going to get this apartment is not suitable for you. So I, as the landlord, I will advise and I will decide not to give you this apartment because this environment is not going to be the best for you. So you got to blow in your face. You have the choice. Do you want to follow this person up like legally and say, oh, I was discriminated and this? Or you say, no, okay, I go for the next apartment. And that's life. You have to move on. Do you want to move on or you want to stay back and cry and take some legal measurements which will, at the end of the day, not even help you in any sense? So racism, yes, it exists. I wouldn't tell you this country does not have racism. Yes, it exists, but it depends on how you prepare yourself to deal with every situation which comes up. Yeah.
That is really powerful. And I've learned really a lot from that. Like it depends to what do you want,
Yes.
your goal.
Exactly.
And this is what brings me to, for the time you have been in Germany, you have studied here.
Yeah.
You have graduated from studying, now investing business, being an entrepreneur here. We have many our brothers there fear to invest here and instead would opt to invest back in Africa or something like that, yet they live here. What advice do you have for them? What moved you to invest here than investing back home? You could start this pharmacy back in Cameroon.
Of course, yes. The first thing is where you spend. I spend most of my time here.
Here.
Yes, I'm 90% here. So I have a family here. I have my for the past years, I have learned to understand and trust the system where I find myself in.
Yeah.
You know, so back home, some years back, I would say, okay, I have lost maybe so much time and I need to start somewhere back home. it's definitely going to be in some years to come. It's something like in the pipeline.
Yeah.
So starting the business here, first of all, give me the opportunity to maybe like expand, to maybe grow in what I'm doing, to gain more expertise in what I am doing. So after this expertise,
Yeah.
which I'm gaining for the next years, I can then take this back home. It doesn't matter which country in Africa, and I place it in a better way because I will be coming with more experience. I will be coming with much experience in what I have been doing. So if I started the business
Back in
home, that would have been like doing a test, because first I have a gap. For the past years, I've not been constantly home. So it would be like I'm doing a test to see I'm going to succeed. No, you shouldn't do that. Don't test when you're not ready. So I am preparing myself here, gathering the experiences, and then I go back home to apply this experience, and I will succeed more in that way. So the advice I would give most of our people who are like, yes,
who want to invest here,
you need to understand the system.
Understanding the system.
Understanding the system is very, very important, because this is a system where if you play your cards well, you definitely have to return. You sow your seed and you gain back the return, because the plan and the road is very clear for this investment. Yes, I understand that fear is a crucial thing.
Fear in losses, fear in what?
In losses, yeah. Especially if you're not, let me say, a typical born and raised German. So you must be afraid. But if you understand the system, you understand the laws, you understand the binding laws on the sector you want to invest, you're going to make it. And for a businessman, you always have to go for the highest, for the how can I put it, for the highest percentage of gaining back what you invested. If I'm in Africa right now, I would say, okay, I'm not really sure because I have this gap. I have not studied the African system for the past years. Things have really changed. But if I'm here, I know that, okay, if I put my hand here, if I invest here, in this place, I'm going to have like 90% of returning
Things a bit
something
more
back.
clear here.
Exactly. So they should know the system very well. If somebody is coming from home and he has stayed home for, let me say, 30 years, 40 years, then he knows the system home far more better than me.
The question is here, when you talk of understanding the system, we have people here, and not because they have spent long time here, still they don't understand things. And this brings me to, if someone is really interested in learning how things work, where should they go? How would they find this information?
You have the options.
Yep.
You have the options, right? If maybe you don't feel very comfortable mixing or mingle around the typical Germans, you come to people like us. So we understand the African languages. We understand at times you need to just meet a brother. Just the fact that he's a brother, he already likes maybe, make things a little bit easier. So you come to people like us, we can tell you one or two things. Say you do this, do this, do this, do this. Let's meet again, and we talk. You talk about the results, what you did, and where you find the challenges, and we move on. So get to the people who you think they have understood the system, who have maybe your similar background, and they have understood the system. So either you go to the typical German offices. We have areas for information. People don't know where to have information. It's a little bit challenging. It's a little bit challenging. So you come to us. I'm a public service worker, so I can't hide. Everybody knows where to meet me. You create time and we sit down.
And those who don't know where to meet you.
Pardon?
And those who don't know where to meet you.
Well, that's challenging, but
you can share if you don't mind.
No, I'm always available. Like I have a public business. So you definitely always meet me in my public business place. So if you type on Google like Spitzweg Apotheke, my name displays, and you have the contacts, you have email addresses,
Wow.
you can call. You say you want to talk to me, you have a questions, and if I'm not available, they give you a time to call, or I will call back and we arrange something. You see, so that's how it works. So we have to use all of these options. Don't just stay back and say, oh, I don't know, I don't know anybody where I can, try to ask one or two things. So that is what I can advise.
Wow, thank you so much for this time.
You're
And
welcome.
there is something I forgot to ask you, coming to the climax of this conversation.
Yep.
After you had started your pharmacy, you have launched it. It is in a community more so in the heart of Bavaria.
Yes.
In the heart of Germany. How did the customers perceive you? Like, well, it's a black man's apotheke. So how did they perceive you? Were they welcoming? How was it?
They were very welcoming, because
Really?
yes,
Yeah.
that's what I realized. They were very welcoming because first, there are some businesses which people have been waiting for a long time that there should be a change in the business. So it was an existing business, so I took over this business. So they saw the changes. I had to change to make the place have a little bit a different face. So the workers, well, the workers remained there, but the system of working was changed. They realized, the customers which were coming in, they realized that there are some changes, and they get curious. They ask, oh, what's happening here? Is there something here new? And then they will immediately receive the response, yeah, we now have a new owner. This is our new chef. Present to him, and we talk. We exchange some words. Some of the customers were very, very interesting, knowing my background, what really made me to take over the business, and all the like. They were very happy that this business is going now to a different direction. Yeah, it now has a new owner, which means it's a young person. He's going to come in with new ideas and make the business grow. So it was right up to now, I would say it has been a very positive experience. Yes.
That is really nice and powerful. Well, thanks for your time you have spent with us. We really didn't take it for granted. Otherwise, you have shared this time with 1,000 people out there and our viewers out there at Ubuntu Unfiltered. This is our society here in Germany. It's online. They're always watching, and they always ask me, bring us some people to inspire us. Bring us some people who have made it here. We want to see some Africans who have maneuvered through this system so that we become empowered. We really thank you for the time. We really thank you for the minute you have spent with us.
Thank
Thanks,
you very
Doctor,
much
for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys. See you.